Hello.
Why didn't you do that today? Could you just have started now? Well, we didn't have enough time. You just started. These are only for home meetings. These are only for home this time. So if you're in class this day, you do not have to do this assignment. You have already done it in your notebook.
Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Did you do anything?
Hi, Bev.
Hi, Bruce.
Hi, Dr. Grenier.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Chase.
Hi.
Mike.
Hi, Dr. Grenier.
Hi, how are you, Kathy?
Right now.
Well, thank you. And you?
You're good, thank God.
Yes.
But I tell you, I'm living in a world of contact tracing. God almighty.
For some reason, I can't put you as pen in the pen.
A lot of,
Yeah, one of my providers had to shut down for 2 weeks because of COVID.
is that right?
Yeah, not a good thing.
Yeah, no. Hey, Sean.
Hi, Sean. Kathy, where are you? At the beach?
I wish. I like everybody to think I am, but
I know.
Sean, we can see you. Can you hear us?
he's on mute right
Yeah,
now.
you're mute. Can you unmute, Sean?
There he goes. Sean?
Hello?
Roseanne, is that you?
Yes, I just got
There you
on.
go.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Are we missing anybody?
You're all
Bruce,
set. You're being
Kathy.
recorded.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Clarence, is he here?
Nope, that's who we're missing, Clarence.
Yep.
So as soon as Clarence comes, we can get started. I know everybody's anxious.
Yay! Very good. So French is good. And what is the next lesson? Oh, there's nothing.
Bruce, you might want
Should we start without Clarence?
mute. I think so.
You can start without him. You've got a quorum.
Okay, yeah, because he did say he was going to attend, but we'll start without him. All right, so I'll call the meeting to order, this Finance Committee meeting, of course, 6:30 on September 29th. Roll call, everybody knows who's here. And no unfinished business because we haven't met since, I don't know, March. I think that's when the last time we met. So it's been a while since we met. We should talk to Cindy about end of year finances because I think that's something under the purview of the Finance Committee. Where do we leave off at the end of the year? And she can get us up to speed on that. But I'll talk to Cindy and see if that's something she wants to do with us. So the new business is the athletic fields at the high school. So we have Dr. Grenier, and he can tell us about it. This is about approving $12,500. What is it? $12,500?
$12,500, yes.
Okay, for the Fitch High School athletic fields. Okay, Dr. Grenier.
Sure. Well, we in FY20, the town council and the RTM approved a CIP project for $300,000 to resurface the tennis courts, the 6 tennis courts that are at the high school. Not just resurface, but actually reconstruct them. They really needed some significant work. So we put it out to bid, and in the last spring we got a bid in, and the cheapest we could get was $356,000. So I spoke to John Burt and the board, and I said if we could take $56,000 out of the board's budget, could we combine that with the 300,000? He said.
Hello?
He said that was fine, and so we did the job. The full job was $356,000, and I guess it's now about a month ago, right after they finished the 6 tennis courts, there's a pathway between the 2 courts. It's actually quite wide. It's where the spectators stand, and the contractor said that he would be able to resurface that. It looked kind of odd that the tennis courts had brand new surfaces, and the pathway between them looked pretty mangy. So we spoke to the town about the possibility of using of allocating an additional $12,500 for the project. At the same time, we pointed out to the town council that the CIP for the Northeast Academy air quality project came in $40,000 less than we anticipated. So one thing isn't really connected to the other, but I knew there was $40,000 there. So the town council approved moving forward with the $12,500, and the work has been done. It's been completed. The fellow had the equipment there, so we told him to go ahead. And I said to the town council, if they didn't approve it, the board was prepared to take it out of their budget. But anyway, so that's where we are. The work has been done. I don't know if anyone's been over there. It's the contractor was kind of clever. He painted the courts Fitch colors. The courts are red, and all the side out of bounds lines are gray. And then in the middle, for our PE classes, I didn't realize it was quite that big an area, but it was big enough to put in 2 pickleball courts. So they, in addition to doing the pathway, they actually installed 2 pickleball courts, which really is helpful for the PE classes. So that's where we are. The project has been done, and we are requesting approval for $12,500 of CIP funds to help pay for that.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Grenier. Any questions for Dr. Grenier? Kathy, I forgot to welcome Kathy Chase. She is now officially on the Finance Committee.
Thank you.
Roseanne, is that you? You have a question?
Yes, I have a couple. Thank you. My first question is, if, as the superintendent has just said, if the board is prepared to take the money, the $12,500 out of its budget, then I believe that's what should happen. I also would like to ask a couple questions. It seems like the Board of Ed routinely gets jobs that are either underestimated or overestimated. So I was wondering if they're working towards any goals to try to make it so that this doesn't happen so often. And my second question is, the $56,000 came from somewhere in the operating budget, according to this request for RTM discussion, request for action. So what I would like to know is, where did the Board of Ed take the $56,000 from? So what don't they need where don't they need the $56,000 that they could put it towards the $300,000 CIP? Thank you.
You want me to answer that now, Bev?
Yes, can you please?
Sure. Well, I answer the last question first. We took the $56,000 from the Department of Defense Supplemental Impact Aid grant that the board gets to support the education of the military kids. The second thing is, estimates are estimates, and we of course are happy when they come in under budget, not happy when they come in over budget. In the case of the work that was done at Northeast Academy, the reason it came in so low is because we employed the engineering firm to do the first part of this work, and then the schools were closed in the spring. So we worked with the engineers, and it's a computer, a heating ventilation system adjustment. So our computer guy worked with the engineer, and he learned how to do it. So we didn't have the engineering firm do this. We actually did the work ourselves. That's why it came in under. The reason the tennis courts came in over is because we waited a year, and the people who were doing this type of work there were not a lot of people around to do that sort of work. So when we saw that the estimate was too high, we reported that to the board and did what we advised. But the answer is, we work with the contractors, and they give us estimates, and we of course, for qualified bids, we take the lowest bid, and sometimes a year later, like with CIP projects, sometimes the project comes in under because there's good competition, and sometimes it comes over. So it's difficult. We certainly aim to provide accurate estimates. And the last thing is, yeah, I mean, if all else fails, the board would take it from its budget. The Department of Defense Supplemental Impact is primarily what we use to provide technology for the children and the teachers, but mostly the kids. So we're always a little concerned about that. We certainly don't want to run through that money because that is the money that helps us maintain a one-to-one initiative. And right now, this may come as a shock to you. It did to me, Bev. We've given every kid in the district a computer, every single one.
Oh, that's good.
Well, in the middle of the pandemic, it's mandatory because that's how the kids get their lessons. But you can imagine giving 4,500 kids a computer is a big deal.
And do they all have internet?
They do. Well,
Okay.
Those who don't, we bought them a hotspot.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Now, Dr. Grenell, you're sure they all have computers because you said that at the RTM meeting, and then Representative Miller questioned you on that.
Well, we just got 200 more in yesterday, and believe it or not, the state is sending us 3,400. 3,400. I told people we're going to give them out as Christmas presents for but what happens is you know about computers in schools, they can get really old, and so we've got some 5-6-year-olds, and the operating system isn't supported any longer, so we're going to swap those out. Yeah, we have either on order, but every kid actually has one, maybe not the best one, and we're waiting for the orders. And every week they're coming in. As you can imagine, every school district in the country is trying to do this.
Okay. Any other, Roseanne, you have any more questions?
No, thank you very much.
Who's number 3 has their hand up?
Number
Alright.
3. Actually, Bev, Clarence is trying to get in, but he can't. I don't know if Betsy can help him. He's in the attendee section instead of panelist. There he
Can
is.
you,
He should be all
you
set.
got him?
Yep, there he is.
Thank you, Betsy.
But I do have some comments when I can get my turn.
Okay, I think Representative Forster.
Sure.
Did you have your hand up, Representative Forster?
I
Chase?
did. I thought maybe I was, I think I'm the only one that was having some connectivity issues. I wasn't able to hear what he was saying. So, but I actually did have a couple questions. I guess first and foremost, Dr. Grenier, I don't envy you in going through the current state of things at all. I know it's been very difficult, and I know you've been working really hard. So thank you for doing that. You might have already answered this, so I apologize if I missed that. And I'm sorry for my lack of knowledge. Is this normal to spend or allocate money and then reallocate it from another pot of money?
No, actually, they're not really connected, to be truthful. Sometimes what I originally said to the town council was we did the work, and there was this other small part that we thought was important and could be done relatively inexpensively. So the answer is when the bids come in and they are cheaper than that which is allocated, then we just, of course, request the funds to pay the invoices, and we go from there. It's occasionally we ask for money if it comes in slightly over, and of course it's the municipal body's option to approve or not. But the $40,000 is somewhat irrelevant.
Any other questions, Chase?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Kathy,
Can I ask
you
a
have
question?
questions? Kathy's next. She had her hand up.
Thank you. So where do I begin? So the $40,000 that you had left over from phase 1 of Northeast Academy is indeed that phase 1. There'll be more phases, correct?
Potentially, yes.
Right. So I work in the grant process in my day job, and with lots and lots and lots of money. And I agree with Chase that we can't mix and match that. If you had came under budget of $40,000, that should stay there, since there are other phases for Northeast Academy. That's my first opinion on that. My other opinion is that, and I understand prices go up, I live in the real world, and it's been a year since you got a bid for this project. So it did come over bid, but in my opinion, we don't want to set a precedent of doing work and then hoping you can get the money later, because that could put us in a bind at, you know what I mean, going forward. So.
Well, we certainly didn't do that. I had the board's permission to move ahead with the work.
Right, I understand the position you were in, but you were already 56 over budget and you covered that. And so if you made the decision to do the 12.5, then in my opinion, you should have known where that was coming from before you agreed to it. No disrespect.
Yeah,
Because
no, I did know where it was coming from. It was coming, the board already approved it.
Oh, okay. So the board said that you can pay for that 12.5 then.
Sure.
Okay. So my other thought is that I am right up there with many other people where I don't want my taxes to increase. However, again, I live in the real world, that I know taxes are going to increase, and we've been putting off for a long time some major things that need to be done in Groton, and there are many things to come, not even to mention road work. So we need to have money in the CIP fund and you know, what other funds there are. So we can't spend money willy-nilly. My thought on this 12, I'm going to vote no on this 12.5, and I may be in the minority, but I can't approve spending money that has already been spent. I just can't approve that. And you have the money, you have $1.1 million in the DOD fund, according to Cindy Landry. And that has been accumulating since FY16 back, and it could be more, I don't know, I only got figures from FY16 going forward. So in my opinion, that 12.5 should come out of whatever fund you deem appropriate and not the town funds.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do you want to respond, Dr. Grenier?
No,
Okay.
I think that makes good sense to me.
Okay. Sean, do you have any questions, Sean? Sean, can you hear me? I don't think you can hear. Clarence, do you have any
I
questions?
can hear you, Beverly. I can
There you go.
hear. Do you have any comments or questions, Sean?
I understand cost overrun. I have no questions for Dr. Grenier. What he did was fine, in my opinion. We should pay for it because it's a town project that should have been done a long time ago. Thank you.
All right. Clarence, you have any questions before I go back to Roseanne?
No, I guess I kind of agree with Sean on that. It should have been done a while ago. Those courts were really dangerous. I played on them, and they're really dangerous.
Okay.
The other thing, Bev, is that I appreciate Sean mentioning that this is a town asset that the Park and Rec Department uses at least as much as town residents. So I felt pretty comfortable thinking it's a town expenditure.
Roseanne, you have any questions?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kathy.
Dr. Grenier did tell the town council and John Burt that he is very willing to pay for this. And I think we should allow him to do that because we have a lot of things coming forward in Groton that have to be repaired.
I don't think I said I was very willing. I said if the funding falls through, we're prepared to pay for it.
Right,
But in the middle of COVID, with trying to get a computer and a device in every children's hand, we've got significant.
But didn't you get CARES funds for those computers? And you just said you're getting more from the state.
Well, we do have CARES funds, but that is not approaching the amount of money. This is extremely expensive in terms of our staffing and so forth. But look, I understand your position. It was a little bit dicey. I needed to make a decision on the spot. We knew we could do it later, but it would be far more expensive. So I thought it was in the best interest of the town to get it done.
Right, I'm not disputing that it needed to be done. I'm just saying that it's not a good practice to get things done and then ask for the money later.
Right, I agree.
It kind of puts us in a spot.
Yeah.
Roseanne, you have a question? You have your hand up?
No.
Okay.
My light on?
Who's 235?
That's
Six,
Roseanne.
okay, yeah, your hand is up. So that's okay. Bruce, do you have any questions or comments, Bruce?
I'm all set, thanks. All my questions were answered. Thanks, Beverly.
Okay, you're welcome. All right. Any other discussion? If not, we can take a vote. Oh. Wait 1 second. So everybody, do you need me to read the resolution or do you all have the resolution? Does any
I have it.
Yeah.
you have it? Does anybody want to read it so it's read into record and then we can vote on it?
I'll read it. If you need it to be read, I'll read it for you.
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
You're welcome. I make a motion, resolution authorizing the allocation of $12,500 of capital reserve fund unassigned fund balance for an FYE 2021 capital reserve project entitled Fitch High School Athletic Facilities. Whereas $300,000 was approved in the FYE 2020 for CIP project 5I for resurfacing of the tennis courts at Fitch High School. And whereas the low bid for the project was $356,000 and the Board of Education has allocated the additional $56,000 from the BOE operating budget. And whereas it was determined that the pathway between the two tennis courts should be repaved, and this work was completed during the resurfacing of the tennis courts at a cost of $12,500. And whereas this pathway repaving was not included in FYE 2020 CIP Project 5I or in the low bid cost of $356,000, therefore be it resolved that an allocation of $12,500 from the Capital Reserve Fund unassigned fund balance is approved for FYE 2021 Project 5I Fitch High School Athletics for tennis court pathway paving.
Second,
So-
Foster.
Second, Chase? Okay.
Yes, yep, Foster.
Okay. All those in favor of approving the $12,500 for the paving between the two tennis courts, say aye.
Aye.
Raise your hands. I could see who's. Okay, Clarence, Sean, Bruce. There you go, Bruce. And Chase, how are you voting, Chase?
I'm voting nay.
Nay, okay. All those opposed, raise their hand. All right, that's me,
Roseanne.
Bev, Chase, Roseanne, and Kathy. All right, the motion fails.
What about you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my hand up. I'm voting nay.
Oh.
Yeah. Only because if you, nothing personal, Dr. Grenier, but if you have the money to spend, you can take it out of your budget, not the town's budget.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Wait, Dr. Grenier? Dr. Grenier?
Yes.
Is he gone?
No, he's still here.
First, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you. Or somebody else needs to mute. I don't know who that is.
Beverly, may I speak to Dr. Grenier?
Yes, go ahead.
Dr. Grenier,
Yes.
are you there?
I
Oh,
am.
I'm sorry. There's a delay. I have a question. I don't know if I can ask it at this meeting, but I was hoping to ask it at the RTM meeting, or if I ask it at this meeting, maybe you could get the information together for the RTM meeting. At the last RTM meeting, you said there was $68,000 in CARES Act money. And then I'm reading my notes, and then you said there was a Corona Relief Fund of $1.2 million. And then I have another note about $200,000 for computers. So my question is, based on the town attorney opinion last year of coming to the RTM for items over 10,000 like you did tonight, thank you very much. I was wondering if when you start to spend the CARES Act money, when will you be coming? Because I'm kind of interested to see what, the town has decided to spend that on.
Yeah. The CARES Act money is not a grant, and we will not be coming to the town council. Neither the CARES Act nor the Corona Relief Act is a grant.
I thought it was money.
No, it's not a grant.
It's not a grant. It goes directly to the Board of Education. It's been the CARES Act is a federal fund, and the Corona Relief Act. Neither one of them are grants.
So, okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but I thought it was any money over $10,000.
No, is any
Like the
grant?
CIP money.
Grant.
Is any grant,
Grant money.
any competitive grant?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I was what may I ask for something else? There was a very interesting part of, I think that Assistant Superintendent Austin gave it out either last March or February, where she did a breakdown of all the grants. I was wondering, of this money, would you be able to do a breakdown for us?
Oh, the budget for those two funds?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have to
Okay,
submit them.
perfect.
We have to submit them to the state government and the federal government.
Okay.
Sure, we can do that. We're working
Okay,
on that
thank you
right
very
now.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dr.
Right.
Grenier, how much longer do we have you?
That's a good question. They're doing a search right now, and so when the new when the new person shows up, I told them I'd stick around until the new person shows up. So
Okay, good.
probably a month or two.
Oh, good. All right.
So
Okay.
I was supposed to retire in June, and that didn't work out so hot. And then I said I would retire in mid-October, and then all this craziness happened. So the board is going through the process, as you know, to find a superintendent, and I said that I'd stick around until. So it might be like November or December.
Okay. And then, all right. Then it might be till June, July.
No,
You
no,
might be
don't
here
say
till the
that.
new elementary
God
schools
almighty.
open.
Yeah, no.
Did you give them an absolute deadline?
No, yeah, there's no absolute deadline, but yeah, one of these days, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
All
good.
right.
I'm
Well,
out of
thank
here.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Grenier. Okay, so since we have no further business, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Who made that motion?
Representative Chase, and then Bruce
Representative
Black
Chase?
seconded.
Okay. And Representative Flax. Okay. All right, all those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Bye.
Okay, we're out of here. All right, enjoy the rest
you,
of your
Bev.
week.
Everyone have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
too. How you doing, Sean? Sean?
Yes?
You look so serious. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, Beverly.
Are you sure?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. You're
Have a
not
good
mad.
night and a good week, okay?
You're not mad because we voted that down, are you?
No, it doesn't matter whether I'm mad or not. It has nothing to
Oh,
do.
okay. All right.
You have a good night, thank you.
Okay, you too. All right.
Hey, Bev,
Yeah?
why do you